This is just a really quick obedience clip of Crowder. This was the first day that I worked with him. I would just wanted to walk around and kind of see where his level of attention was around the livestock, and then start to put a little bit of pressure on him to get him to pay attention to me and respond to commands in the presence of livestock. So I like that his body language overall is pretty calm here. His tail is down. He's not lunging. He is eyeing up the stock, but he's not trying to just pull me over to get to them. So he's got some level of self-control here. I kind of let him sniff around, and then I start calling his name and calling him to me. I want him to look at me whenever I call him to me and he comes to me. I don't want him to come straight to me and then look past me at the livestock. So I'm trying to get his attention. I'm starting to incorporate maybe a little bit of verbal correction or leash correction if he's not paying attention when I call him. I do not want him to jump. So if he does start to jump up on me, I kind of remove myself from the situation, or I put a little bit of physical pressure on him to put him back down all four on the floor. I do want him to walk on a loose leash, so this is pretty good, and I've got my walking is pretty slow, so that gives him plenty of chance to mess up there. I'm calling him to me. There, a little pressure because he jumped up on me, and then reward him when he's sitting and looking at me. And when his attention moves off me, I go ahead and I move. Try calling him to me. If he doesn't respond, he gets leash correction. So there, his attention's on me again. Gonna get him off of me and reward him when he's all four on the floor. No treats are involved in this. He's just learning pressure and release, and that he does have to listen to me in the presence of livestock. Leash corrections. Leash corrections. When his attention's on me, no leash corrections, and he gets rewarded with pets. And I do want him looking at me again, so I keep his head kind of facing up towards me by putting my hand under his chin. So I'm putting a little physical pressure on him to down. I've asked him to down. My microphone was messed up in this video, that's why I'm doing the voiceover. Calling him to me. So I'm only going to call him out of the down with his name or a command to go to work. And since he doesn't have any commands to work yet, the only release for his down would be for me to call him to me. I don't use an okay or a free or a break. I use the dog's name. And the more he jumps up and the harder he is pushing on me, the harder I am going to push on him. So that's why the corrections kind of escalate. I start off pretty easy. I just want to get his attention, kind of be like a little fly bugging him, like, hey, pay attention, hey, pay attention, hey, pay attention. And eventually my corrections are not going to be as nice as he continues to push me. So I asked him to down. Just give him a leash correction, and I want him to stay there until I call him to me. I want him to pay attention to me, so I'm going to continue to back up and put a little pressure on that leash until I get his attention, ask him to down again, and just repeat, repeat, repeat. So all this obedience is just repetition over time. That's how the dogs learn. They make mistakes, they get corrected, and you go back to work, not a big deal, but basically over time is how they learn that you're not going to put up with shenanigans.